Hey, welcome everybody to Jack Williams Stadium for the second semifinal matchup. Old rivals going at it today. Fargo Post 2 taking on the Twin City. Moorhead. Moorhead Blues finished second in their pool. Fargo Post 2 finished first in their pool. Coin toss was held before the game. Moorhead won that coin toss, so they are the home team on the scoreboard. And we're just about ready for the first pitch. Coming up for Post 2, leading off is going to be Connor Holm, followed by the shortstop Tommy Simon and the second baseman Landon Meyer. We have Zach Taft on the mound for Moorhead. Finishing the battery, we've got Wyatt Tweets. So Taft's going to be pitching to Connor Holm. Get you caught up, Manitoba took down the Patriots from West Fargo. So the winner of this game is going to face Team Manitoba here. Say about 3 o'clock is the first pitch of the game. 12:51. Fastball misses high and outside. And as always, I've got Jason Kalbrenner here for the semifinal matchup. Zach Taft on the mound. Jason, wearing number 23, right-hander. So far, 2 fastballs. What do you expect from Connor Holm in this leadoff spot?
Well, I'm hoping he takes some pitches, gets into a 5-6 pitch at bat. We can see what number 22 has. Is it 22 or 23?
He's 23.
23.
Which is the average age of the Team Manitoba team. Kidding. We're kidding. The 2-1 pitch. That ball up high again. 3-1 to Connor Holm. The scoreboard shows 2-2. We're about to find out. That ball's popped up. Left fielder coming in strong, and diving catch makes that play in time, and that's going to be out number 1 for Post 2.
Thought we were looking at a knee injury there.
That was Logan Hilber, the left fielder for Moorhead.
The count must have been 2-2 there. I don't think he would have swung at that pitch. It would have been a 3-1 count.
And we are a referee positive zone up here. We've turned over a new leaf. It's like the first day of Lent.
I think that comment's meant for me. Yeah, I had some conversations with the umpires yesterday, and I had to make a few apologies, so I'll be very positive today.
So as long as they make good calls, we will be just fine. All right, it's 0-1 here to Tommy Simon, the shortstop. Breaking pitch in the dirt, 1-1. Tommy Simon, Jason, in the 2-hole now. A little different for him. He batted 3 all high school season. Probably not much of a difference on what he sees, but we commented yesterday on how much he's increased his speed here this summer.
Yeah, I mean, if they're both hitting well, you got Connor in a leadoff position, then Tommy behind him, and then if it's Landon. Landon's hitting 3. I mean, the guy hitting 4-hole. Hits a ball in the gap, it's scoring 3 because you got good speed on the bases in the top 3 spots, and then it makes it difficult for the defense too.
And that pitch ended up hitting Tommy Simon on the wrist. It looked like the left wrist. Hopefully Tommy's okay. It looks like he's going to be just fine.
Which guy's hitting here? They can't have both hit. All right, there you go.
So Landon Meyer batting in the 3 spot today, wearing number 2 from the right side. Coach Rusted back in his familiar third base box. Again, the last couple games gave Jonas Sanders a chance to coach from the third base coaching box. But Coach Rusted back for the semifinal action. Again, Fargo batting first, even at their home field today. 1 out, 1 on. Pitch to Meyer. Fouled that one straight back.
Well, that had to be a changeup, wouldn't you think?
I think we just saw the first changeup, Jason, which we talked about that yesterday. Landon, one of the adjustments going from the 6-hole, batting in the 6th spot to the 3-hole, probably going to see more off-speed than fastballs. I think we just saw the first changeup of the game.
Whoa. Good read, Tommy.
Tommy Simon's going to make it to second base. They do throw down, but he's upstanding. And on the wild pitch, Post 2 has their first runner in scoring position and a 1-1 count to the second baseman, Landon Meyer. Pitch popped out of Tweet's glove, and Tommy, like you said, Jason, really good read on that. Taft takes a sign from Tweet, takes a look at Simon, steps off. And we'll reset and do it again. The 1-1 pitch upcoming to Landon Meyer. Runner in scoring position, 1 out. Curveball fouled straight back, and we go to 1-2. Looked like he read that curveball right, but just missed it.
They're not interested in what they're doing with Tommy out at second as far as the way they're holding him. They're giving us a lot of leeway there. Hit you.
And that's 2 batters in a row. Taft is frustrated, but that curveball got away from him. And it looked like possibly, did Landon just stick out his elbow to go on base there, Jason?
He might have stuck out his elbow, but it hit him on the shoulder. So if you're talking about batter's interference, I don't think that would apply there.
All you youngsters out there, the millions around the world listening to this, again, if you're going to try and get hit by a pitch, it's best to do it with 2 strikes down in the count. Remember, if you have 3 balls on you, just get out of the way. The landlord comes through, base hit to right field. Simon being waved in by Rusted. The play, we're going to have a play at the plate. The relay, and Simon in safe. It's July 2nd, so rent should have been paid by now, Jason, but the landlord just collected, didn't he?
Yes. Yes, he did. I'm not used to the nickname landlord yet, so I don't have a lot of commentary on that, but I'll get to it.
I will force it down your unwilling. The landlord just gives you so much to work with.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do some research. I'm not ready. I'm a little ill-prepared.
Charlie Kalbrenner now up with Landon Meyer at second base. Takes that pitch just a bit outside for ball 1. Change for Adam Leininger, moving from the 2 spot to the cleanup spot. I think he's might be liking this, Jason. He sees more runners on base, which means more fastballs.
Well, yeah, that's what I would have done with him all year. I didn't like it when he was in the 2 spot, especially when Connor was struggling because he was coming up with nobody on, and he'd see 6 or 7 off-speed pitches in an at-bat.
Adam Leininger so far with 9 home runs on the year. 9 home runs for the 16-year-old. Just 2 away from the post 2 single season record. And with that wind, I see that flag blowing out to right field today, Jason. That could be something to keep an eye on for not only Adam, but this youngster at the plate as well. Charlie Kalbrenner, the first baseman today. And a 4-pitch walk in post 2, causing all kinds of problem for Mr. Taft right now.
I like the Johnny Cash jerseys we got here. All black.
I came in and told our musical producer, Jonah DeYoung, as soon as post 2 takes the field, we need to play Back in Black.
That's actually a good one, Jonah. Can you handle that? Yeah, never mind. We'll get back to that.
He did know it was AC/DC. I was proud of him. He didn't understand what Kool and the Gang was, but brings up Jordan Leininger with the bases loaded, takes that first pitch low, and Taft running into some control problems here early and nowhere to put Jordan Leininger, who hit a home run in last night's nightcap. Leininger in a position to do some major damage here in the top of the first inning.
I've seen this scenario many times in my coaching career. Those 3 guys on base with Jordan up.
Landon and Adam and Charlie all played youth baseball with Jordan.
There's
That's a good read by Landon Meyer here. Going to have no play at the plate. Slides anyhow. And post 2 now up 2-0 as Taft pounds his glove, struggling to regain control. And we see early action in the visitors' bullpen, Jason. Moorhead knows this is a single elim game. Can't get it out of hand too early. Is Leininger now in a 2-0 count with runners in scoring position second and third. His brother only 90 feet away. The dangerous Caden Kadera on deck. For right now, we have the Shanley Jr. to be Jordan Leininger in a hitter's count 2-0 facing Taft with runners at second and third. That pitch taken for a strike at the knees, and the count moves to 2-1.
It's an excellent call by Mr. Christensen.
The 2-1 to Leininger. That ground ball hit down the left field line, and we're going to even the count up at 2-2.
There's a ruckus on the other end of the press box here. some sort of fight with an arachnid or some sort of insect. Looks like the insect is winning.
Another ground ball by Leininger, this one into the visitors' dugout.
Not very often you hear the word arachnid in a baseball play-by-play.
We might not have the right score on the scoreboard as our scoreboard operator Justin Ahern finds himself in his own battle with the eight-legged critter. The 2-2 to Leininger. Good block there by Tweet. That looked like my wife there again. He looked everywhere for the ball but his glove. Karen looks everywhere for the phone, but it's up to your ear. You're talking on it.
Did you have some sort of a release that you need to sign to be talking like that? Because she's here and she'll listen to this at some point.
If you look up the top 100 things Karen is going to do today, you will not find rewatching this broadcast.
Unless somebody says something to her. Oh, speaking of that, I owe you $20.
I'm not. Leininger's not the only landlord collecting rent today. I got $20 back. He signed it. Good.
Well, you're always talking about how great I am, so I thought there's a signature for you, like a autograph. You can post it up at your house.
So if you're just tuning in, Post 2 in the visitors' position today, batting first. And they've got 2 runs in already. There was a hit by pitch, another hit by pitch. A base hit by Adam Leininger scored the first run. Then a 4-pitch walk to Charlie Kalbrenner, followed by another walk to Jordan Leininger. So we're back to bases loaded. Zach Taft now facing the big country, Caden Kadera. Big swing on pitch 1. Kadera looking to do some damage early with that cut.
Yeah, Kadera needs to find his pop. Good hitter. Had a good average all year long. Earlier in the season, he was driving the ball into the gaps and getting the ball over the outfielders. We'd like to see that again.
It's going to be a tough play in the hole. Only spot he can go is third.
That's a good decision.
And a good play there by the Moorhead shortstop to cut off Charlie Kalbrenner. Good play by Charlie to slide into that base. A lot of players will forget to slide there, Jason. But with the plotting Kadera running to first, Charlie did a good job there of breaking up a potential double play, score the run.
Is the rule at third the same where if you don't slide, it's an automatic double play? That'd be a very strange call, but I would assume that rule is the same for every base. This Tweet's just getting the crap kicked out of him.
Wyatt Tweet getting his money's worth behind the plate.
Wyatt Tweet's dad was my assistant coach in college, Blair.
Fun fact. Post 2 still with runners on base. Kadera reaching on that fielder's choice. Jordan Leininger has now moved up to second base. Jordan, a likely threat to score on any base hit here by Erholtz. Permission to buzz the tower? Denied. Erholtz dodged out of the way there. Life-preventing or life-saving measure there. Erholtz swinging a hot bat, Jason.
Yeah, yesterday he had a big day. I don't know if he had any extra base hits, but I think he had at least 4 singles. Sort of chewed up that right center gap.
So all 2's up on the scoreboard now. 2 up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And a good hold there by Erholtz. And now with the full count and 2 outs, you will see both Leininger and Kadera take off on this pitch. Play's going to be at first base. And that ball's in the dirt. And once again, Tweet maybe saved a potential Leininger rounding third and heading home. And Tweet looks at the dugout saying, "Are you serious?"
He's more of a goalie at this point. Kicking him out. Classic V-style. What do they call it?
Butterfly.
Butterfly style goalie.
Hasek.
Wyatt Tweet. Keeps the puck in front of him. Good for deflections.
That brings up a dangerous hitter
Now, you don't want to start grooving one with this kid. He'll hurt you.
Good pitch there to Breitbach. Aaron Breitbach up with the bases loaded, 2 down here. Zach Taft trying to minimize the damage, give his team a chance to go hit. Only down 3. That ball's driven high, but that's going to reach the stands. And Breitbach now finds himself down 0-2. Now going to be looking to put this ball in play. Just 1 hit for post 2 this inning, but already 3 runs scored and 3 more sitting out there. 0-2 upcoming to Breitbach from Taft. The pitch. Purpose pitch taken for ball 1.
Either they have somebody loose and shut him down, or they've given up on that, and they're going to let Taft ride it out. The bullpen is empty, except for that little kid dressed in gray holding the baseball bat.
The 2-2 pitch upcoming to Breitbach. 2-2, bases loaded, 2 out. Check swing. Most likely ball 3, but Breitbach stays alive. That pitch up into the stands. And Zach Taft coming in up on 40 pitches here, Jason. Probably not the start Moorhead wanted after 4 games played already this week.
Yeah, when you're short on pitching, you don't need a 40-pitch inning, and it's not over yet.
Notice Aaron Breitbach is now taking about 1.5 inches off that bottom of the bat. Just moved his hands up ever so slightly, looking to make sure he makes contact here. Full count, runners will be running.
Kadera's a threat to steal. Got to keep him close.
Kadera at second. Earholtz at first. Runners go. That ball's popped up. Taft needs to save his inning, and he does so. Breitbach may have swung at ball 4, but in any case, for post 2, they score 3 on just 1 hit. There were no Moorhead errors. 3 runners left on base, but through the top half of 1, post 2, 3. Moorhead, 0. And we're back here for the bottom of the first inning. Moorhead with their first trip to the plate. Second baseman Justin Stahlberger, big left-handed batter, wearing number 7. Blues today in their blue tops, white pants. Ground ball to Simon. Went to the backhand. That's going to be an error on Simon. And Moorhead gets their first runner of the game. on the air by Simon.
Boy, that couldn't have been scripted better if Tommy picks that ball up and throws it across the field. 1 pitch, 1 out after a 45 pitch inning from their pitcher. That's disheartening. But a little bit of life now. Even though we went through our batting order, we only picked up 3 runs. One swing here, and it's a 1-run game. You know, that's
Wyatt Tweet got his IV in between innings, and now he's batting. Another left-hander wearing number 17.
Whoa.
Curveball bounced from Beaver. So setting the Fargo Post 2 lineup, we've got Josh Beaver on the mound, Adam Leininger catching. Left to right in the infield, Dylan Ehrholtz playing third base, Simon at short, Landon Meyer at second, Charlie Kalbrenner at first, Aaron Breitbach out in right field, Jordan Leininger in center, and Connor Holm playing left field. The 1-1 pitch upcoming to Tweet. Ground ball. Ehrholtz makes the play, but a wide throw, and that's 2 batters, 2 errors for Post 2. And runners now at second and third, nobody out. Josh Beaver got 2 ground balls, Jason, and he's got second and third with nobody out.
Yeah, I don't know much about Mr. Beaver, but I know how upset I would be as a pitcher. But it's not like they're trying to do it, but it's he should be looking at 2 outs, nobody on right now. I used to always argue with my catcher when these things would happen and the pitcher would get upset. And I'd say, they don't. If a pitcher gives up 5 runs, they don't come out and take the third baseman and shortstop out of the game. They take the pitcher out of the game. So
the Blues actually score a run on that throwing error by Ehrholtz. Stahlberger awarded home plate. I think the right call there is he was already on second base heading to third when that throw got by Kalbrenner. So the score 3-1 here, and Beaver's done nothing but throw strikes. That's going to be a base hit. Being held at third is Tweet, and 3 up, 3 on for Moorhead. This is looking like a slow pitch softball game, Jason.
yeah, I mean, in all honesty, you might see some better defense in a slow pitch softball game, but we'll figure it out.
The Blues already with 1 run in just on that 1 hit. Again, 2 Fargo errors. And now Blues sitting at first and third with the cleanup hitter at the plate. Number 25, Carter Heinch. Another left-handed batter, 3 of the first 4 for Moorhead from the left side. Good fastball in there for Beaver. This ball is going to reach. Did not reach the stands. Ehrholtz got to the fence. Hope he's okay. And he is. Boy, that was a real close to being a catchable ball there for Ehrholtz. I think he's shaking his head. I kind of wonder, Jason, if he thinks he should have caught that.
Well, I mean, if it landed on the dirt, he probably should have, but it's a cement dugout there. Not very forgiving.
So if you're Josh Beaver out there, keep throwing strikes, and eventually this defense turns around, right?
Yeah, that's all you can do, is do your job. Once the ball's out of your hand as a pitcher, you got to turn it over to the other 8 guys. Unless, of course, the ball's hit back at you, then it's on you.
Count moves to 0-2 on the center fielder for Moorhead. Takes a look, takes the sign. Old-fashioned signs being delivered by Moorhead. They're wiping their chest, touching their chin.
What is it, 1990? Signs, actual hand signals.
Good block by Leininger.
Whoa, guys.
There's another throwing error. 3rd error for Post 2 so far today, just in this first inning. Leininger threw it, but the runner was not running, and Coach Rusted's coming out.
I bet you this will be a pleasant conversation.
So on that play, the ball was low in the dirt. Leininger did a nice job of blocking the pitch. popped up, and the runner took a couple steps, but I don't think he was going anywhere. And these coaches are going to know what kind of gum, or excuse me, these players are going to know the flavor of gum Rusted has, Jason.
Yeah. The brill of his hat is inside the bill of their hat at this point. And with those shades and that mustache, he's like a state patrol. He's got to be scary.
I feel like Beaver just should have went over and got some water.
Like, do I need to be here for this?
Yeah, this seems like a meeting that I was on the wrong email. So 1 and 2. Again, nobody out here for Moorhead. The pitch upcoming from Beaver. Low, runner goes. Might need to do another timeout. Not sure what happened on that either. That should be the shortstop covering on the left-hander, I would think. If I'm not mistaken, Jason, unless they changed baseball etiquette. In any event, 2-2 here to Carter.
I think
ball's going to hang up.
Might get an out. There we go. Just keep giving up line drives. I guess that's how we get outs.
And Beaver desperately needed to get the cleanup hitter out there. The score is 3-2.
It's hard to, we're inside of indoors here with the windows shut. I wonder what kind of communication these kids are displaying out there, because when that runner went, did Charlie yell? I mean, they have big voices, but I don't know if they're using them, because there seems like nobody knows what's going on.
Beaver takes a sign from Leininger in the pitch. That ball misses low in the dirt. And a 1-1 count upcoming. Looks like Jason Reinerson. Pitch fouled straight back into the stands, and Beaver ahead 1-2. So far, Beaver mix of fastball, and it looks like just a good 12-6 curveball. And again, for you folks listening at home, go find a clock that has numbers on it. Find the 12, find the 6, and that's what the curveball does. That ball's driven into right center field. Leininger has a beat on it. Long run for Jordan, makes the catch. And the runner tags to third. But what a catch there by Jordan Leininger, Jason. How far did he run?
That's a nice nice job of tracking that ball down.
That's a 5K, isn't it?
That's farther than I want to run. I know that. I would barely make it walking.
He's already back to his position, too.
I know. I'd probably be laying down asking for a stretch and some water, maybe an IV.
If you and I ever play outfield again, it's most likely going to come with a fourth outfielder.
Like a rover? That's what they used to call it in slow pitch softball. That's sort of the position I would like.
I'd prefer to just divvy up 25% each. Just deal with it that way. That Beaver missed just outside with that first pitch. Comes back with a fastball, swing and a miss. And Beaver doing his best to get out of here with minimal damage, facing now Carson Zimmel, the shortstop for Moorhead. 1-1 count, right-handed batter Zimmel wearing number 11. Beaver takes a sign.
It's a nice shot.
And that fastball.
A dart. Triple 20 there.
Beaver ahead in the count now, 1-2. 2 outs. Missed off speed just outside. And the count now even at 2 with 2 outs. 2 runs in for Moorhead. And Beaver struck him out.
Nice job by Josh.
And we're going to see if the post 2 fielders do go into the dugout. They're all going in. I'd rather go into a haunted house at this point.
Yeah.
So after all that, we've got post 2 winning this game, Jason.
Yeah, it's a pretty ugly inning. Both sides. I think that's the kind of inning that both teams just say, hey, let's just flush that into the red and let's start over.
And we're going to see Zach Taft again. First you don't succeed, try again. Back with the second inning in just a minute.
Nerves, maybe he wasn't completely warm yet, but he's going to give it a crack again.
We'll be back. And after a quick trip to Chubb's Pub, Jason and I are back, much more relaxed after that bottom half of the first inning.
Is it Saturday today?
It's Saturday today.
Yeah, do they still have the pig wheel there? That was my favorite day of the week at Chubb's.
Back to the top of the order here for Post 2, Connor Holm. 0 for 1 on the day, facing Zach Taft for the second time today. That's a ground ball, and it stays fair, and that's going to be 1 up, 1 down as Connor Holm grounds out to the first baseman, 1 down. And that's the best news Zach Taft could have had, Jason. 2 pitches, and he's already got 1 out.
Yeah, a little bit of a weight off his shoulders. Sometimes when hitters help a pitcher out like that, sometimes there's a little relief, and he may relax and just start dealing. Who knows? There you go.
A pitch on the inside corner, taken for a strike. Tommy Simon, the shortstop, hit by a pitch in his first at-bat, now finds himself 0-1. Hard ground ball, just a bit foul. Well, that was about 3 feet from extra bases. And Zach Taft now has thrown 4 pitches this inning, all for strikes. Maybe we saw him at Chubb's Pub too.
Yeah. Maybe he was breathing out of the wrong eyelid.
Ground ball. Tough play for the shortstop, and that's going to go down as an error. Boy, you kind of saw that when he decided to field that off the left-hand side. That was going to happen.
It took that big hop right before the cut, and I thought, oh, that's a tough one.
And Tommy Simon back on base for the second time in as many innings. Now up to the plate, Landon Meyer, the second baseman. Simon back at first base with 1 out in the same situation about 3 hours ago. Facing Zach Taft. Landon hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. That ball's popped up to the first baseman. And not a good at-bat there for Landon. Probably looking to go to the right side to advance Simon. But a good pitch there for Taft.
Now batting for Post 2, catcher number 7, Adam Weininger.
It's odd to me that a guy that walked, what did he walk, 4 or 5 last inning, all over the place, that we've come out and swung at, I think, 3 or 4 of the first 2 pitches of that bat. Ooh, that ball's hit hard. That's
Tough
in the gap.
play in the gap.
That's a run.
Simon being waved in. Leininger held at second, and an RBI double for the biggest property owner in the dugout.
Here we go. The landlord.
Now batting first baseman number 15, Charlie Goldberger.
Isn't the landlord like a villain in the Batman cartoons?
My favorite landlords were all in Three's Company. Mr. Roper.
Mr. Furley.
Mr.
I
Furley.
actually dressed up as him for Halloween a couple years ago. Oh my God,
That
Charlie.
pitch popped up. Shortstop camped underneath it. And for Post 2, they do score 1 run on 1 hit. There was 1 Moorhead error and 1 runner left on base. Halfway through 2, it's Post 2, 4, Moorhead 2. Welcome back to Jack Williams for the bottom half of the second inning. Post 2 on top, 4-2. After a clutch 2-out RBI double from Adam Leininger, his second hit of the night, second RBI of the night. Now, Jason, do you ever say RBIs? Or does RBI take care of it?
Yeah, I think it's like the word fish. I think it's both singular and plural. RBI.
Or does RBI become a noun that has to have an S?
I don't know. Is there an English teacher here that we can ask?
The ball's hit right up the middle for a base hit.
Can we make an announcement? Can we get on the loudspeaker and ask if we have an English teacher? We need some help on something.
I don't think they'd know.
Well, I know Mrs. Beaver. She's a teacher of some kind. She taught my kids in church school this year.
Speaking of Beaver, Josh Beaver out there throws that pitch down in the dirt.
Designated hitter, number 18, Cullen Wilson.
Cullen Wilson now at the plate, the DH. Facing Beaver with a runner on first base, nobody out. Ground ball, and that's going to end up foul. I think it might have went off his foot, but in any event, foul ball, and the count moves to 1-1. And you think any pitcher wants a ground ball double play more than Josh Beaver right now? Maybe Zach Taft about a half hour ago.
Yeah, it would be good for everybody besides Moorhead. But we need somebody to make a play to create a spark and get us back on track. That was a really nice pitch. Not that Christensen made a bad call. That's not what I'm saying. It was a nice pitch, though.
2-1 count now to Wilson from Beaver. Takes a look at first base. Another look, and the pitch. Fastball in there called for strike 2. Is Wilson unable to pull the trigger. And now we've got a 2-2 count with the designated hitter, Wilson, up. Hilber on deck. And he struck him out.
That is a dart again. He's really dialed in on the black on that outside corner.
Josh Beaver retires the first Moorhead batter of the inning. Brings up the left fielder, Logan Hilber, batting in the 9 spot today for Moorhead. Runner on first base is Jacob Vanette. Reached on a line drive single up the middle. This is a line drive out to Connor Holm. That's going to drop for another base hit. And Moorhead finds themselves with runners on first and second, bringing up the top of the order, Mr. Stahlberger.
Now batting the second baseman, number 7, Justin Stahlberger.
Stahlberger reached on an error in the first inning, ended up scoring a run. Vanette at second, Hilber at first, Beaver on the mound. Big sweeping curveball taken in there for the called first strike.
It's a nice pitch.
Beaver
Oh my.
gets the out at second base, and again, just a communication breakdown.
Where are those guys?
Again, a left-handed batter. I'd have to check and see who's covering the base there. They're looking like they don't know who's supposed to cover the base.
Now batting the Blues, catcher, number 17, Wyatt Wheat.
Not sure if they were going to get the double play with how slow that ball was hit, Jason, but in any event,
Yeah, it's right back to the pitcher, though.
we're back to 2 outs, runners at first and third for Moorhead. And Wyatt Tweed up at the plate. That ball just missed outside.
Got a chance to get out of the inning. This is, from what I know of Wyatt, this is the kid you don't want to throw to in this lineup.
The 1-0 pitch to Tweet. Just missed on the outside corner again. That's 2-0 now. Count to Tweet. Both fastballs just missed by a hair. And now Beaver probably have to come across the plate with this 2-0 pitch. Actually, that ball in the dirt, and the count goes to 3-0. Tweet with the big green light on 3-0. Took a monster daddy hack at that one, missed it. But still ahead in the count, 3-1 now to the 2-hitter, the catcher, Wyatt Tweet. Runners at first and third with 2 down. Runner goes, and it's ball 4. The bases are now loaded for the 3-hitter for Moorhead, Jacob Hendrickson.
All Josh can do is just keep throwing strikes, keep getting ground balls, keep giving your defense an opportunity to make plays. Hopefully they right the ship at some point here. And then we got to have some better at bats on the offensive side of things.
Beaver threw that breaking pitch in the dirt for a called ball 1. 1-0 count now upcoming to Hendrickson. Again, bases loaded, 2 down here in a 4-2 game. Post 2 up on top, Moorhead threatening. Fastball right down the middle of the plate, taken for a called first strike. Hendrickson, tall right-handed batter. Beaver shakes off the first, finds one he likes, comes set, and the pitch. The ball missed just a little low and inside. And the count moves to 2-1. That fastball fouled straight back, and the count evens up at 2-2 with 2 down, bases loaded in the second inning.
I would move Jordan over to that other side of second base. I think he's trying to push the ball to the other side of the field.
We see the flag in center field. Wind blowing straight out to right field today. I've already seen Jordan track down a ball that ended up almost in right field. The 2-2 pitch upcoming from Beaver. Fouled straight back, and we're going to do this again. Moorhead with 3 hits on the night. 2 runs already in. Post 2 does have 4 runs up on the board, but also costly 3 errors. And a couple other ones that don't go as errors, but potential run costing. Let's see if Beaver can get out of this. The 2-2. Fouled back again. And that's 2 fastballs in a row, Jason, that he's tried to throw by Mr. Hendrickson. Fouled straight back both times. Does he go to the well again?
Well, I was just going to say this is where you'd like to have confidence in that breaking pitch, because I think he's seen a lot of fastballs. I think a breaking pitch gets him, but you don't want to go to 3-2.
He struck him out on the high fastball. And a big boy pitch from Beaver. Dare I say, when things aren't going well, just leave it to Beaver.
Wow.
And for Moorhead, they don't score a run. Had a couple of hits and left them loaded. Through 2 for Fargo, Post 2 for Moorhead 2. Welcome back here for the the top of the third inning. Again, Post 2, the away team on the scoreboard. Jordan Leininger leading it off against Zach Taft. Takes that breaking pitch just a bit high for ball one. Leininger walked in his first plate appearance way back in the first inning. That ball's driven into the gap.
He is starting to fire up, isn't he?
If that gets by the center fielder, what a tremendous play by the Moorhead center fielder.
He doesn't realize, because if he doesn't get that ball, that's a triple. Because he's got to turn, take the banana route to get back to it. I bunt here. I don't know if Caden's a good bunter or not, but got a pretty hot stick coming up behind him. Although, you don't want to take the bat out of Caden's hand either.
One thing we haven't seen yet is a Post 2 runner attempting to steal second base.
It's been a while.
Kadera takes a fastball in there for a called first strike. There's probably a couple things we want to say right now, but we won't.
I don't even know what you're talking about, Chris.
Kadera down on the count, 0-1. Leininger on first base. Nobody out here for Post 2.
Attaboy.
That ground ball gets through. That's a base hit for Kadera. A good diving attempt there from the Moorhead shortstop. And for a second, Jason, it looked like Kadera was going to get robbed.
Yeah, I mean, that ball disappeared for a split second. And I was like, no. It ended up working out pretty well. That's a well-hit ball. That's what, that's sort of the ball where he likes to hit the ball. He's good up the middle. He's long through the zone. Quick two, short two, long through is what they like to say. He does a good job of that. I just assumed we'd bunt here. I've been out of the game too long.
That's a fly ball by Ehrholz. And we have some technical difficulties here. We'll work on that. In the meantime, that arachnid was back, causing all sorts of havoc.
Oh no. He was safe, but aggressive umpire out there taking charge.
So Jason, help me figure this out. Ehrholz didn't bunt.
We've done it all weekend. I don't have a good explanation. I knew that you were going to ask me that question. We choose not to bunt with 0 outs and then bunt with 1 out. We've done it at least 6 times this weekend. And I do not understand. I mean, obviously I have all the trust in the world for the coaching staff here. I don't understand it unless Ehrholz is not a good bunter, which I can only assume he is because they practice that quite a bit.
I suppose I have seen somebody hit on 17 in blackjack before. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Doesn't mean it won't work, right?
You can always get that random 3.
Well, Aaron Breitbach is overdue for a base hit here. We'll see as he takes that fastball in there for a called strike. And now with a 2-1 count for Breitbach, Leininger at second, Kadera at first. 4-2 game here in the top of the third inning, the semifinal matchup in the Jim Peterson tournament. The 2-1 from Taft. Big curveball fouled straight into the right field stands. And the count evens up to 2-2 to Breitbach. And 2-2 with 1 out. Breitbach's speed at the plate. Connor Holm on deck. That ball ripped foul down the third baseline. Breitbach has seen a few breaking pitches, Jason. He seems to be getting the timing down.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. He seems to be zeroing in a little bit. I'm hoping that the pitcher doesn't sneak a fastball by him. He's seen a lot of breaking pitches.
Good eye by Breitbach, and the count goes to full.
Right idea, just didn't locate.
Full count now to Breitbach. Leininger at second, Kadera at first. Full count to the right fielder, Aaron Breitbach. Again, Connor home on deck. Ground ball. Could be two. And it is a double play for Moorhead, and they get out of the inning. 4 post 2, no runs. They did have 2 hits, stranded 1. And halfway through 3, post 2, 4, Moorhead 2. We're back in the bottom of the third inning. Moorhead coming to the plate. Josh Beaver still on the mound. Josh has only given up 3 hits, and the 3 hits actually aren't what caused the damage for Josh. Just a couple miscues for post 2 led to a 2-run first inning. Since then, Josh has settled down, throwing strikes, and working ahead 0-1. Curveball, this is the right side. Landon Meyer gets the ball and throws him out. And we just successfully executed a ground ball for an out, Jason.
Yeah, I think we should take a moment to reflect upon how important that is. Ball's hit on the ground, goes into the glove, we pick it out of our glove, we throw it to the first baseman.
I get the feeling if Landon would have bobbled that, he just would have kept running to his car.
Yeah.
I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good 4th. Good breaking pitch on the outside part of the plate there for Josh Beaver, facing Jason Ryerson. We get these carbon copy lineup cards, and I think we're like the 16th copy. That ball's driven into center field. Jordan Leininger with a good jump on it, and makes that catch on the run for out number 2.
He's starting to feel confident out there the way he's moving. He would. That ball was just a couple feet off the bat, and he was already moving. So he's seeing it well. That's good.
And for post 2, maybe just settle down a little bit there. Nice play by Landon Meyer to his left, and nice play by Jordan Leininger to his right. And for Josh Beaver, looking for a quick inning now, facing Jacob Vanette. Fastball taken low for ball 1.
I feel like I'm going to jinx him, but that I think a 1-2-3 inning, or an inning where you get a low amount of pitches, some good defense, get back in the dugout. Sometimes that sparks the hitters.
Carson Zimmel actually hitting right now. Had bad intel, probably wasn't my mistake. And that pitch called low for ball 3. And Beaver, after working quickly, now finds himself down in a 3-0 count to the shortstop, Zimmel. And that fastball in the dirt, and that's a 2-out walk for Zimmel. Beaver showing some signs of frustration there. He had 4 pitches to get 2 outs, and then he threw the next 4 as balls, Jason. I think that's what we were just talking about.
Yeah. Again, all these kids are trying. They're all good players. And I don't know if it comes down to just mechanically we lose focus, or we think we're cruising. I'm not sure what it comes down to, but we've seen it all over the field so far today.
Runner goes.
Better players than we're showing right now.
That breaking pitch in the dirt. Runner had a really good jump as well. Zimmel steals second, and now the Blues, the runner in scoring position, with the right fielder Jacob Vanette up, singled in his first at-bat. With 2 outs, has a runner in scoring position. Fastball fouled back, and the count moves to 1-2. So the 1-2 pitch upcoming from Beaver takes his sign, takes a look at second. Curveball hit high in the air to Charlie Kalbrenner, and he drops the ball. And another error for post 2. 4th of the night as Kalbrenner unable to field that. It took what looked like a pretty favorable hop, Jason.
Yeah, there's no reason to not field that ball. It was chest high. Again, there's a real lack of focus from a whole team standpoint, but it's still fairly early in the ball game. You'd think in the 5th game of the tournament the jitters would be over, but we're in the bracket play now, so maybe there is a little pressure.
So we'll see with 1st and 3rd what Moorhead does on the base paths as Beaver throws over to first. Zimmel reaching on the Kalbrenner error. Brings up the designated hitter. Mr. Wilson struck out in his first plate appearance. Beaver could use one here. That pitch on the inside part of the plate taken for a strike. Looks like Wilson's doing that Dak Prescott move. Beaver throws back. And the runner just gets back in time. Good move there by Josh.
Yeah, he caught that guy. He caught that guy in a step. I think one more step, he has him.
The 0-1 pitch to Wilson. Runners at 1st and 3rd. That breaking pitch high and outside. Again, Beaver just showing some signs of frustration out there, just about on every pitch that he misses on. Part of me wonders if he's just frustrated overall.
Well, I think any Post 2 fan and the team itself is wondering to themselves what's going on, because we just gave them another run.
And the runner's going to move to third base. And that's an unearned run there as Wilson comes through with a line drive, driving in the 3rd run of Moorhead's afternoon. And that brings the score to 4-3, Post 2, but still runners on 1st and 3rd. With Hilbert coming up to the plate. Logan Hilbert also singled in his first at-bat. And what looked like was going to be a fast inning is now turned into a long one again for Beaver. And still has some runners to take care of. Josh settles in, takes his sign from Adam, and the pitch. Curveball taken first, strike 1. Hilbert batting in the 9th spot in the order, already with a base hit on the night. The leadoff hitter, Justin Stahlberger, on deck. Post 2 defense looking to make a play to get Josh out of this inning. Fastball fouled back into the stands. And Beaver doing his job, working ahead 0-2 to Hilbert.
Beaver's been excellent. Off speed and fastballs for strikes with location. He's done everything he's supposed to do.
Josh could use a strikeout here, get Post 2 back on offense. That curveball taken outside for ball one. Possibly a setup pitch there by Josh. Hilbert digs in. Beaver takes his sign. The 1-2. That fastball missed high and outside, and the count evened up with 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There are 2 outs. 2 runners on for Moorhead. Already scored 1 run here in the bottom of the 3rd inning to crawl within 1 run of post 2. 4-3 game. Beaver, the 2-2. Fly ball hit into shallow right field. Breitbach calls off Meyer and retires the 3rd out. Jason and I are going to go listen to a Positivity podcast. We'll be back in 90 seconds. And we're back for the top of the 4th inning. The leadoff hitter, Connor Holm, looking to get things started here for post 2. Takes that first breaking pitch, slow and outside for ball 1. Connor 0-2 on the afternoon so far. 2 groundouts. His 3rd time seeing Zach Taft. Takes that fastball outside for ball 2. And again, Connor looking to be a spark plug here. Post 2 could desperately use a big inning to settle themselves down. And that's 3-0 now to Connor Holm. Most likely a take sign here from Coach Rusted, looking to get the speedy Connor Holm on first base. The 3-0. And that's 4 in a row from Taft. And if you look up just what the doctor ordered for post 2, it's that. Getting Connor Holm on first base. Just a 1-run game here.
0 outs.
Jason just got back with finishing a big 24-ounce glass of I Love This Game juice. Zach Taft responds after that 4-pitch walk to Connor Holm with a fastball right down the middle to Tommy Simon. No bunt sign on for the power hitter, Tommy Simon. Are we going to get the runners in motion, Jason?
Well, we're going to have to do something. We have to create a there you go. He didn't. That's not a foul tip, is it?
He did not touch that ball, no.
Okay. It sort of looked like he did, but the way everybody's reacting, he didn't.
I am 150 feet away with glass in between us and headphones on, and I can guarantee that ball was not fouled. I did not hear a thing through the headphones and the glass and the 150 feet.
Well, there you go. Forensic evidence cannot be denied.
Connor home now in scoring position. Tommy Simon at the plate looking to drive in the 5th run of the game for post 2. Takes a big sweeping curveball in there from Zach Taft for a called second strike. Tommy Simon 0 for 1 on the day. He did reach on an error, scored 2 runs today. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning. He hit again. Tommy Simon saw that breaking pitch coming and saw a way to get on base again with how many strikes?
2.
2.
That's how you draw it up.
And that brings up second baseman Landon Meyer to the plate. He's 0 for 1 on the day. He also was hit by a pitch, has scored a run, popped up to first base his last time out. And we have a bunt situation here, Jason.
You would think we do.
With nobody out, Adam Leininger on deck, Landon Meyer at the plate. He squares the bunt. That pitch taken for high, ball 1.
Frustration from number 23.
The third baseman just 2 steps in front of the base. Most likely that's where Landon Meyer will want to try and bunt this pitch. Is the pitcher most likely covering that side?
Oh, or do that.
And he hit him back to back again. That's the 4th hit batsman from Zach Taft. Don't think he was trying to do it as number 7 strides to the plate. Hopefully Landon's okay. It didn't look like it caused too much damage.
I think we're going to see a pitching change here, especially with Adam being his third time seeing this guy. Yep.
And what a day for Zach Taft. First inning, it looked like he wouldn't be back, and here we are in the 4th inning. I got to give credit to him. I have no idea who he is, but if you're listening out there, Zach Taft battled and gave Moorhead 3 full innings when it looked like they were going to have to relieve him in the first.
Pretty gutsy performance, just looking at the scoreboard. 3, then 1, then 0. Meanwhile, his team has been battling back, scratching at the door like a cat.
So for Zach Taft, he finishes his day with 3 innings complete. He threw 73 pitches, 38 of them for strikes. He faced 21 batters, gave up 4 hits and 4 runs, 3 of them earned. He did walk 4 batters, and he also hit 4, including the last 2, leaving now the bases loaded for the Moorhead reliever. And we will find his name. Told it's Jackson Young. Big right-hander. This guy looks like he's fun to hang out with, Jason.
Oh, yeah. I bet you this kid's got a great sense of humor.
Guys like that, I just remember pitchers like this, you're just like, oh boy, he's going to have everything, isn't he? He's going to have the heater, the cutter, the slider, the sinker, the forkball, the knuckle.
I could see a knuckleball coming out of that hand, just floating to the plate.
Oh, I'm told he went to Nationals in Olympic weightlifting. I knew I recognized him from somewhere.
Is that true? Okay.
That I was at Nationals at Olympic weightlifting, or that he went there? Remember, Jason?
Me?
We do that every year.
Yeah. I love that
Oh,
event.
you said Nationals. I'm sorry. We complete in the sectional.
Kid's got some pop. Ball comes out of his hand pretty nicely.
Now batting post 2 catcher number 7, Adam Leininger.
So Jackson Young.
It's important to be smart on the bases here. Nobody out. Got an opportunity to have a big inning, maybe turn the tide in this game. Let's not be silly on the bases.
First pitch to Leininger, taken for a ball well outside. Boy, that pitch, we didn't see anything like that, Jason, in his warm-ups. A lot of fastballs right down the middle, sharp curveball. It's a lot different when Leininger steps in the box, isn't it?
Yes. It's, ooh. He
Well, that ball's popping
just
mile high.
missed that one.
Is it going to reach the stands?
No.
It didn't reach the stands, but new life.
20 was given bad directions there. He was trying to get out of the stadium, and the ball was 20 feet behind him.
Boy,
He's
that's like
jiggling
playing
the lock over there.
That's like playing Galaga and hitting 20,000. You get a new life.
Galaga. I always, And when I played Gallagher, it was always the decision: do you want that extra gun? Because now you're so vulnerable.
So risky.
It's so risky. But then you got that ball's hit.
That ball's driven. It's going to
That's a
score
run.
1. Simon tags his third, and Leininger with his third RBI of the night. Gets a sacrifice fly and puts post 2 ahead 5-3. Simon did tag up on that play, went from second to third. Landon Meyer had to retreat back to first base.
So this is here we're in another situation where I think this is a great situation to steal. You got a good base runner on third. You got a good base stealer on first. If that ball gets past the pitcher from the catcher, Tommy scores. I think we're willing at this point to give up the out for a run. But I still don't think they throw Landon out.
And Luke's giving him the area code signs again, 3 digits. I haven't learned it yet. The 0-0 pitch to Kalbrenner with first and third. Meyer stays put, and Kalbrenner takes a strike at the knees. Jackson Young ahead, 0-1 in the count to Charlie with first and third, just 1 out, and 1 run already in for post 2 in the top of the 4th. The 0-1 to Kalbrenner.
Well, the thing about stealing him here is that you stay out of the double play, and that's what you really need, because you got to look at who's coming up next. Jordan smoked the ball last time, starting to really catch on fire. You want to get to him no matter what.
Jackson Young takes a look at Landon. Meyer with the good jump. The throw down to second.
I would rather he slide. I'll talk to him.
I have no idea why he didn't slide there. Positivity Podcast. Here we go. All right. Kalbrenner up now. 1-2 count. Runners at second and third. The pitch from Jackson Young. Ground ball. It's a cheery hop. I can't believe that hop. Oh, and he dropped the ball.
That's a hit, right?
He dropped the ball, and the second baseman now is injured. So the second baseman had the hop of a lifetime right up into his glove. It robbed a sure base hit from Kalbrenner.
The area of the body that he's concerned about looks like it could be painful. He either isn't wearing a cup or he has a ruptured spleen.
It's that area of the body where grade school girls threaten grade school boys to kick them there, and they don't know the level of the threat. It's like threat level midnight.
Did we just have a Michael Scott reference?
We did.
All right. It's been a long time.
Brings up Jordan Leininger. He fouls that breaking pitch back into the stands.
Even though he is my son, I think Charlie got a little screwed by that hop. I think that ball's through if it doesn't take that big hop.
It was a great play by the second baseman, but also just the most fortunate bounce. I mean, we all kind of went, what?
When you look at a first baseman's mitt online and it is called Ejecto mitt, you should not buy it. For you young kids out there looking for a glove, Ejecto mitts are not a good glove.
That ball's driven. Meyer's going to have to tag.
Hey. That ball was hit hard. If that ball's 6 feet to the left, that's to the fence.
Meyer unable to tag up on that play. And we have first and third with Kadera looking to do more damage. Just 2 runs in here for post 2 in the top of the 4th. Kadera with a big cut, that fastball down and in.
That was a very healthy hack.
And first and third, again, Kalbrenner at first base, Meyer at third, Kadera at the plate. 2 outs here for post 2. Jackson Young in on relief for Zach Taft. The pitch. Fastball right down the middle. Kadera fouled that one back into the parking lot. 0-2 quickly to Kadera. looking to drive in the 7th run of the Post 2 game. Oh, 2 pitch upcoming to Cadera with 2 outs. That ball's hit
That
into the
might
gap.
fade away from him. Nope.
Left fielder's there as well. And a good catch there by the Moorhead center fielder. But for Post 2, they do get 2 back on no hits. There was 1 Moorhead error, 2 runners left on base. And halfway through 4, Post 2, 6, Moorhead 3. Back to the top of the order here for Moorhead in the bottom of the 4th inning, trailing 6-3. Stahlberger, the second baseman, looks like he's okay. Takes that first pitch in there for a called strike. Whatever was ailing him, Jason, must be okay. Resiliency. 0-1 pitch to Stahlbrenner.
Stahlbrenner.
Pitch is driven into the gap. Long run for Leininger. Over his glove, not able to get to that. That's 2 for sure. Stahlberger can fly. He's headed to third. And a leadoff triple for Stahlberger. As that ball was driven just outside the reach of Jordan Leininger's glove. And Moorhead, this is one interesting game, Jason. Just does not seem like it settles in on any inning, does it?
Yeah, I mean, you like to see games like this where both teams are developing threats and putting balls in play, and triples obviously are the most exciting play in baseball. But what I would really like to see, I don't mind that. I'd like to see us clean up defensively and start having some better at bats. And I'm sure they would like to see their pitchers throw more strikes.
Big swing and a miss there from Wyatt Tweet.
I would stay away from the inner half with number 17 here.
Tweet on the day has not had a hit. He has scored a run. He's been walked once. Probably reached on an error. And the 1-1 pitch to Tweet from Beaver. Hard ground ball. That's going to go foul. And the count moves to 1-2 here from Josh Beaver. Nobody out in the bottom of the 4th inning. The number 2 hitter, the catcher, Wyatt Tweet, batting for Moorhead. Beaver takes his sign. Could sure use a strikeout here. Instead, that's a foul fly ball to Connor Holm. He's going to catch it. Runner tags. And no play at the plate. And a sacrifice fly for Wyatt Tweet on a 1-2 pitch from Josh Beaver. Drives in the 4th run of the Moorhead night afternoon. I keep saying that. And it's 6-4 Fargo. Brings up Jacob Hendrickson, the big, tall first baseman, wearing number 20 for Moorhead. And Tweet did his job.
That's a nice piece of hitting. Ball out over the plate. Got it up in the air. Actually, ball's hit really hard. If it's not right at Connor, it's probably extra bases.
So after the Stahlberger triple, Wyatt Tweet gives up the out, but he gives up and out for a run on that sacrifice fly to Connor Holm. Again, the score 6-4. We're here in the bottom of the fourth inning. In this semifinal contest, that's a line drive out to Leininger, and that's going to drop for a base hit. And that ball was hit hard as well by the big first baseman, Jacob Hendrickson.
What's Beaver's pitch count?
Josh is at 67 pitches, 43 of them for strikes. That fastball caught the fat part of the plate, and Hendrickson, with his second hit of the day, brings up the center fielder for Moorhead, Hench. The pitch almost hit him. Breaking pitch in there for a call, ball one.
I'd like to see a double play here. I think this kid runs pretty well though.
The 1-0 pitch to Hench from Beaver. Fastball foul down to the first base line. Count even up at 1-1. Again, Beaver has gone the distance. He's only given up 6 hits, 4 runs, only 1 of them earned. He struck out 3 and he's walked 2. Now facing Hench for the 3rd time. The 1-1 pitch. That ball just missed on the inside corner.
Yeah, about another ball towards the plate, and that's a strike. Very good pitch.
2-1 now to Hench. Kalbrenner gets the 1 out, and that's going to be the second out of the inning as Hendrickson advances to second base on the ground out. First baseman unassisted gets the second out of the inning. Hendrickson with pretty good speed there for a big fella. I thought for a second we might have a chance at a double play. That ball was hit pretty hard.
Yeah, with the way we've been playing defense, I'm okay with him just getting the out there.
Curveball in there for a strike to Ryerson. Ryerson 0 for 2 on the day so far. Ryerson, the third baseman, wearing number 5 for Moorhead. His 3rd time seeing Josh Beaver. Pickoff play. And Hendrickson back in there, standing up. The 0-1 pitch. Another curveball taken for a strike.
It's a nice spot for that one.
And Ryerson,
this becomes a big pitch here.
with 2 outs and an 0-2 count with a runner on second base, down 2 runs. Beaver takes his sign from Leininger, comes set, and the pitch. He struck him out.
Nice job.
Josh Beaver retires Ryerson for the 3rd out of the inning. And it seems like it's been forever since there's been a 1-2-3. This wasn't one, but a 0 put up on the board for post 2 by Josh Beaver, striking out Ryerson to end the inning. Through 4 complete, post 2, 6, Moorhead 4.
championship games and semifinal games they very rarely come down to pitching because everybody's burnt.
And we're back for the top of the 5th inning here for Post 2. Ahead 6-4 over Cross River rival Moorhead. Action Jackson Young at the pitcher's mound here for Moorhead. Pretty sure that's his nickname, or JY, like the guitarist in Styx. I'm just going to look that up too. Dylan Erholtz leading off for Post 2. Ahead in the count, 2-0.
That's the kind of information nobody looks up, Chris. They just assume whatever. If you know the guitar player for Styx, go ahead.
There's a lyric in Too Much Time on My Hands where he said that he's okay as long as JY is buying.
That's not the lyric.
Yeah, it is.
As long as I'm buying.
Hey, Siri. 3-1 count here to Dylan Erholtz. Big right-hander wearing number 24. Hard ground ball. Give me a tough play for the second baseman.
And the shortstop. A tough play for both of them. Little soccer action there, a little give and go in midfield. That's a tough play.
And that goes down as a hit in the books for Erholtz as Erholtz makes a monthly deposit to Justin Ahern. Now, a tough play for the second baseman, Stahlberger. A play to his right.
Correct me if I'm wrong, was that a 3-0 count?
3-1 count.
Oh, okay. I'm starting to remember the tingle, the offensive tingle that I develop when I think things are going to go well. I'm starting to get that tingle. I think Breitbach's going to come out of his slump in a big way here.
Aaron Breitbach up with nobody out here in a 6-4 game, top of the 5th inning. Erholtz on first base after his infield single. The 1-0 to Breitbach.
Ooh.
Taken on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Good pitch there by Action Jackson Young. Evens up the count at 1-1 to number 11. That curveball fouled back by Breitbach. Out of play, and Jackson Young in a 1-2 count now on Aaron Breitbach again with Erholtz at first base and nobody out. The 1-2. Hard ground ball to the second baseman. He bobbles it. Able to make the play. And the throw pulled number 20, the Hendrickson, off the base.
That second baseman's having a tough day. He might have broken his arm. Look at him out there.
That ball was just ripped to the second baseman. He bobbled it, but it was hit so hard he still had time to get the lead runner at second base. But Post 2 now back to the top of the order.
I could see a one-out bunt here, but a bunt for a base hit. Third baseman's way back. Connor's an excellent bunter. Yeah, second baseman's hurt, guys.
And a tough break here for Moorhead as Justin Stahlberger. Something's wrong with his hand as he comes to get checked out. They're looking at his hand, or could be his wrist as well. And he's going to head to the bench. Hope he's okay. The way he's holding on to that, Jason, it feels like it could be wrist.
Or maybe he caught that ball off the thumb or something. I mean, he's got the kung fu grip going on. He's bleeding. Oh, he caught it off the fingernail. That's worse. That will never recover. I have a fingernail that I did that when I was in high school, and it's still gnarly.
You bring it out at parties?
I try not to. I have a little fake fingernail I put on when I'm at galas and board meetings and stuff, so people don't make fun of it. Well, that's a big stick out of their lineup, too. He's the kid that hit the triple.
He's the leadoff hitter,
Yeah.
yes. Kid could fly, too. Just that ball was hit like a rocket. And for Moorhead, they've got a bunch of changes on defense. And no, you don't get that type of analysis just anywhere. It looks like the shortstop's staying put. And we're going to figure this out, actually. It's a challenge.
Second baseman's new. Left field and right field switched.
Second baseman's Hilber. He was playing left.
Oh.
Third baseman's the same. He's now even with the base. Again, Connor Holm takes a look at the play. Breitbach on first with good speed, above average speed. Connor Holm with great speed at the plate. The 0-0 from Jackson. He squares the bunt. And he pulled the bat back, and Breitbach wisely steals second. And that might have been the call there, Jason.
Yeah, it definitely was. Connor had no intention of batting or bunting that ball.
And one thing to look for when you're bunting for a base hit, if you're watching at home, when you see that batter square to bunt very early, most likely he's not bunting for a base hit. And Connor Holmes squared right as Jackson Young broke his hands. Breitbach on second base with this, and that's a line drive, and that's going to get Breitbach. And a double play for Moorhead as Breitbach only able to freeze on that hard hit line drive. And for Moorhead, no runs given up on one hit. There was no errors and nobody left on base. Halfway through 5, 6-4, post 2. So after all that excitement here, we're still 6-4, post 2 ahead, bottom of the 5th inning. That ball just off the outside part of the plate, fastball from Beaver, facing the shortstop. Carson Zimmel now for the 3rd time in this game. Zimmel 0 for 1 on the day. He did score 1 run. He struck out once and walked once. And that fastball outside from Beaver for ball 2. Beaver now thrown 75 pitches here. Through 4 complete. The 2-0 to Zimmel. And another pitch on the outside misses, and Beaver now 3-0 on the shortstop Zimmel. It's Moorhead trying to tie this up. 5th inning, and Beaver spikes that last one in a 4-pitch walk to the leadoff batter. And it looks like we're going to have a visit to the mound from pitching coach Gunnar Lindstedt. Did see some action in the post 2 bullpen in between innings. It was brief because it was Connor Holm and he was up to a bat. Looks like we're going to get a change, Jason.
Yeah. Connor's coming in. It's going to be interesting what the defensive changes are. Oh, we got Will Bachman going out to left.
So Bachman going to left field. Connor Holm will move to the pitcher's mound. I do believe that means Bachman won't be hitting, though. Is that correct, Jason?
They can't do that. You have to hit for the pitcher if you're going to DH.
So Connor Holm will stay in his leadoff spot. Beaver was not hitting in this game, so Bachman will just be playing defense.
Unless he becomes the DH. Defensively, I mean. Or in the lineup.
So we'll have to watch and see what happens there. Again, Bachman potentially goes in for Cadera as the DH in the order.
I think that's the only person he can go in for. Because you have to hit for the... But then Connor's hitting. Oh, my Lord.
So Connor Holm making his first appearance of the year. He's got one runner on base. For Josh Beaver, we'll put his line to bed. He went 4 complete, gave up 6 hits, 4 runs, only one of them earned. He is responsible for the runner at first base. He walked 3, struck out 4, had 1 wild pitch, faced 24 batters, threw 77 pitches, 48 of them for strikes. And I think from Connor, we're going to get a mix of just about everything. Fastball, curveball, slider, sidearm fastball, sidearm slider, sidearm curveball. Again, first outing of the year for Connor Holm in relief. Does not mean it's the first time he's pitched. I've known Connor has taken some bullpen practice pitching here through the last month of the season. And he possibly did some pitching for Fargo North this spring.
A little bit. He's been working interesting. He's been working on dropping down. He throws, every once in a while, he'll throw a sidearm pitch. He throws his changeup and fastball from down there.
So Connor Holm comes in with nobody out, 1 runner on base. Possible bunt situation. I see Erholtz is about 6 steps behind third base.
I think that's a mistake. I think they are going to bunt. Nope.
And that fastball in there for a called first strike. Almost feel like we caught a break there by them not bunting, Jason.
Unless they're gonna do it now. Seems odd not to just do it right away if it's a sacrifice situation.
The 0-1 pitch. The fastball misses just high, and the count moves to 1-1 on the right fielder, Jacob Vanette. Vanette, 1 out of 2 on the day. I believe he got his hit way back in the 2nd or 3rd inning. Left-handed batter, Vanette. The 1-1 pitch from Holm. Looks like some sort of off-speed pitch got Vanette off balance.
Yeah, everything Connor throws moves. His fastball moves, his changeup moves. Got a pretty good curveball. Not real high velocity guy, but he's quirky. Has a strange arm action. There's the sidearm stuff.
That 1-2 pitch falls low and outside. Count even up to 2-2. And for post 2, again, nobody out here. They are ahead 6-4. Leading Moorhead in this contest. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. When that fastball missed just on the outside corner.
My mentality in this game right now is it's not going to end 6-4. There's going to be more runs scored, so I would be pushing for outs.
Runner goes, fly ball. If they can get to it, they're going to have a double play. He can't get to it. That's a base hit. Leininger tracks it down, and that's a stand-up double for Vanette. Boy, a second after Connor Holm threw a pitch just on the outside part of the plate that would have been strike 3. Vanette hits a double in the gap, and now Moorhead with runners on 2nd and 3rd and nobody out. Brings up Cullen Wilson, the DH. Got an RBI single in his last at-bat. 1 for 2 on the day, 1 RBI. Has struck out once. Connor Holm in relief. Again, Josh Beaver responsible for the runner at third base. That fastball.
Nice pitch. Looks very similar to the the pitch to the previous hitter.
0-1 now to Wilson. Breaking pitch in there for a call. Second strike, and home ahead 0-2 on a batter he would love to strike out.
Yeah, that would be big.
Takes his sign from Leininger, the 0-2 pitch upcoming to Wilson.
That's an all right play, though, too.
And a ground ball back to Connor Holm. He looks Zimmel back to third base. And the runners have to hold up. One down now here for Moorhead. Runners still at second and third. Kalbrenner playing just about even with the bag at first base. We'll have to see. If you're even with the base, I'm not so sure why you don't just move in a little bit.
Back because of the but I would have Charlie on the cut. Ground ball to him. Maybe we cut that run.
Hilber, the second baseman now, filling in for Stahlberger. The 1-0 pitch from Connor Holm. Swing and a miss, and that evens the count at 1-1. On deck batter is now Gast, filling in for Justin Stahlberger, who had to leave the game with an arm injury in the the top half of this inning. The 1-1 pitch upcoming to Hilber. Good block there by Adam Leininger to keep those runners from advancing.
See if Connor can induce a infield pop-up here.
Another ground ball to home. Runner holds. And it's deja vu all over again with another weakly hit ground ball back to Connor Holm. And that's 2 down now for Moorhead. And that brings up Gavin Gast. It's our first time seeing him today. He's batting in the leadoff spot. In his first at-bat, he finds himself in the biggest situation of the game so far. Gavin Gast now playing left field, filling in the lineup for Justin Stahlberger. Again, Stahlberger, the second baseman, standout leadoff hitter. Now in the hands of Gavin Gast. Big right-hander, stands very close to the plate. It'll be interesting to see if Connor throws that breaking pitch, Jason, and risks potentially hitting Mr. Gast. The first pitch. Breaking pitch in there for a called first strike. Good pitch there by Holm.
In reality, that sets up the whole at-bat right there. The fact that he executed that.
The 0-1 now coming to Gast with 2 outs. Breaking ball hit deep. Bachman on the run. Unable to track that down. And that's a 2-run double for Gast, and that game is tied as Bachman unable to track that ball down. And it's 6-6. And now the dangerous Wyatt Tweet with the go-ahead run at second base with 2 outs facing Connor Holm for the first time.
Here, haven't we?
Connor shakes off the first call from Adam. Wyatt Tweet, 0 for 1 on the day. Hard grounder to Kalbrenner, gets by him, and that's going to score the go-ahead run. It's 7-6 Moorhead with back-to-back doubles. Wyatt Tweet, that must be the first double he's ever got with that celebration, Jason.
Pretty excited.
I remember my first double, too, in first grade. So for Connor Holm, he got the first 2 batters induced on ground outs but now giving up back-to-back doubles, and it's 7-6 Moorhead. Fastball, somehow not a strike, and it's 1-0.
I'm not sure where that missed.
So Hendrickson up, big first baseman, 2 hits already on the night. Fouls that ball into the bullpen, and the count evens up at 1-1. One pitch upcoming to Hendrickson. Tweed on second base. Little change up there, taken low for ball 2. The 2-1 pitch coming to Hendrickson from home. 2 down. Fastball on the outside part of the plate, called strike 2. And 2s across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second base. Connor Holm comes set, and the pitch.
It's a tough pitch to lay off of. 2 strikes.
That breaking pitch just missed the outside corner, and the count goes full here to Hendrickson. 3-2 pitch. That's a fly ball out to the lining area. Looks like he's got this track down, and it's 3 down, but not before Moorhead scores 3 with 2 outs to take a 7-6 lead. We'll be back with the top of the 6th inning. Welcome back here. We've got the top of the 6th inning. Post 2 coming to the plate, trailing for the first time today. They were ahead 3-2, 4-2, 4-3, 6-3, 6-4, but now 7-6. Tommy Simon at the plate. That's going to be a pop-up to right center. And with 1 pitch, that's 1 down for post 2. Now Landon Meyer coming to the plate. And Landon looking to be some sort of a spark plug here as post 2 down to their final 5 outs. Meyer 0 for 1 on the day. He has been hit by 2 pitches. First time facing Jackson. A pitch outside for ball 1. 1-0 count now coming to Landon Meyer, the second baseman for post 2, looking for his first hit of the day. Takes a breaking pitch in there, low for ball 2. Again, 1 out for post 2, down to their final 5. And the count goes to 3-0 on Landon Meyer. Almost an automatic take situation here with post 2 needing a run, looking for base runners, and Adam Lanninger on deck. And that pitch is outside for a called strike. 3-1 count now to Meyer. Jackson Young pitching, battling all the way back. That's a fly ball to deep right field, but not deep enough as the right fielder tracks that down. And for post 2, 2 up, 2 down with Adam Leininger coming to the plate. Still down 1.
Let's see if Adam can stay hot. Give us a little bit of spark.
That fastball taken outside for ball 1. For post 2, just 5 hits on the day. They do have 6 runs. That ball's fouled down the line. And the count evens up at 1-1. Adam, a lot of power. Batting in the cleanup spot. That's a base hit.
That's more than a base hit.
That's going to get all the way to the wall. Leininger rounding first, headed to second. And he's going to hold up there with the stand-up 2-out double. And Adam Leininger now with his 3rd hit on the night.
Now batting first baseman number 15, Charlie Kalbrenner.
Puts it in the hands of Charlie Kalbrenner. Charlie 0 for 2 on the day. Does have an RBI. Has been walked once. This will be his 2nd time, I believe, facing Jackson Young. And the tying run at second base. Kalbrenner in a position to drive it in. Takes that pitch up high for ball 1. Jordan Leininger on deck. That throw back, Adam Leininger just a step off the base, steps back safely. And with the 1-0 pitch to Kalbrenner upcoming, must be looking for something to drive here.
I'd look back up the middle, stay through the zone. He's been doing a lot of that.
That pitch foul down the left field line into the bullpen. Evens up that count at 1-1. Looked like a fastball. Maybe closer to the knees. Fouled into the bullpen. 1-1. Kalbrenner now 1-1 count. 2 down. Tying run at second base. Takes that curveball in for a called ball inside, and the count moves to 2-1. Most likely of what we've seen from Jackson Young so far, Jason, he might be a fastball right down the middle on this pitch.
Yeah, he does not want to get into a 3-ball situation.
And that pitch is fouled back into the third base bullpen again, into the parking lot, and the count evens up at 2-2.
Charlie's given him a couple free passes with the fastballs he's seen. Those balls should be hit.
So now 2s across the board, 2 up. And Kalbrenner. Hard ground ball,
Yeah.
but right at the first baseman, and that's going to do it for post 2. They do leave 1 stranded, but no runs. And going into the bottom of the 6th inning, it's Moorhead 7, post 2 6. And we're back here for the bottom of the 6th inning. Moorhead on top, 7-6 after the 3 runs they scored in the bottom of the 5th. And that's going to be a leadoff single. Excuse me, no, Breitbach tracks it down. What a play.
Yeah, that's a nice play. It's a big first out.
And we've been talking about Post 2's defense all night.
Just not that way.
Not that way. Great play by Breitbach. And 1 pitch, 1 out here for Connor Holm, doing everything he can to keep this as a 1-run game. Post 2 has coming up Jordan Leininger, Caden Kadera, it's going to be Bachman and Dylan Erholtz, followed by Breitbach. Connor Holm wants to make sure and keep this as a 1-run game. They appealed, and I think the first base umpire said he's going to go no comment. Never seen that before either. And that's a called strike for...
So is it 0-2? Okay.
All right, 0-2 count here. Connor Holm working quickly. Shakes off the first, finds one he likes. Comes set, and the pitch. Fastball misses just up high.
It's a pretty good location for that fastball. Pretty much right where he wanted it, I think. Hopefully.
We have Ryerson up here for Moorhead. That ball's driven into left field, way back, and Bachman unable to track that down, and that's going to be another double for Moorhead. As that ball was hit well. And Moorhead with another runner in scoring position.
He's certainly not fooling him with that curveball right now.
I think that curveball, Jason, would be better if it was a little slower.
Yeah, I think that it's a little too close to the speed of the fastball. Their timing is not disrupted by it. It's a good pitch. Maybe use it differently or take a little bit more off of it. I think Connor just got away with a balk there. Did not come completely set. It's possible I missed it though.
That fastball fouled straight back by the shortstop, Zimmel. Zimmel, no hits on the night. He has scored 2 runs. He's been walked twice. And he's in an 0-1 count here with 1 out, but a runner in scoring position for Moorhead. Curveball is going to be driven into center field. Leininger, long run, unable to track that down. Could be a play at third. And he's safe at third, a head first slide. Leininger unable to track that one all the way down. Another base hit for Moorhead, and they've got first and third with 1 out. Moorhead's 11th hit of the night. The day, the night.
Game.
And Connor Holm's going to have to work out of another jam here in the bottom of the 6th inning to keep Post 2 within 1. Connor Holm comes set. And the pitch. Fastball just off the outside part of the plate. Ball 1. See how aggressive Moorhead gets here, Jason, on the bases.
Well, if I'm them, I'm super aggressive because that run at third is a super important run for them. To push that out to 2 runs, that's a big deal.
It's going to be driven into right field, deep enough to score the run. Breitbach underneath it. But they drive the run home, and it's 8-6 Moorhead on the sac fly from Jacob Vanette. 2 down now for Moorhead, but they get across another run. And Post 2 is going to have to score at least 2 when it's their turn to bat. Brings up Cullen Wilson, the DH, 1 for 3 on the night. Does have 1 run knocked in, has struck out once. Connor Holm comes set, throws back over, and Zimmel dives back in safely. Runner goes. And he's thrown out at second. So that's the aggressiveness we thought we might see from Moorhead.
They got the job done with the sac fly, though. It's actually a smart play. You get that runner in a scoring position, you can tack on the third one, boy. That's a big bottom of the sixth or bottom of the sixth for them.
So post 2 is going to have to rally. They've got Jordan Leininger coming up with Bachman, Ehrholtz, and Breitbach, followed by the top of the order. Down 2, Jackson Young still on the mound. We'll be back. Well, if you're watching at home and you're a Post 2 fan, please put your hat on backwards because it's rally time here for Post 2. Jordan Leininger leading off against Jackson Young. Down 2, down to their last 3 outs. Takes a breaking pitch, low and away for ball 1. Jason, what are your thoughts here? Are they taking pitches on Jackson Young?
Well, I would be patient. He's not overpowering in any sense of the, in any way. So why not work the count? Maybe get yourself into a fastball situation where we can get singles. We need walks. We need guys on base. We're not going to do this with a home run unless it's later on in this inning. So cut your swing down. Be selective, not necessarily patient. Obviously here, him getting on base is important.
Count now 3-0 to Leininger. And that fastball hits the inside part of the plate for a called first strike. 3-1 now to Leininger. He'll be looking one spot only as Fargo needs a base runner. Ground ball. And gets through the third baseman. And Leininger's going to reach on the air by the third baseman and brings up the dangerous Will Bachman to the plate.
Field has not played well today. A lot of funny hops.
And Moorhead plays on a all-natural field, correct?
Yes, they do.
I would say it didn't look like he necessarily was in a good fielding position there, but a little upright.
Well, at third base, sometimes you don't have the luxury of getting around the ball like you should or like you can in other positions. And that ball was hit hard, and he really had a bad, read the hop wrong, or not read it wrong, but got the bad hop.
He was not interested in a trip to the dentist, is what we're saying, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
So 1-0 to Bachman, 2-0 to Bachman now.
I would be super patient now. He is not even around the zone anymore.
Ehrholtz on deck, followed by Breitbach in the top of the order if we get that far. Connor home. Jackson Young 2-0 to Will Bachman with Leininger on first base. And the pitch. Bachman swings at a pitch just on the outside half of the plate.
Think he's throwing a changeup? Is that why we're so out in front? Doesn't look like it, but that hit the end cap of the bat.
Bachman way out in front of that pitch, but still ahead in the count. 2-1, nobody out. Leininger at first base. Bachman the tie-in run for Post 2. That ball's driven.
That's going to get down. That's down. Do not send him.
And that brings Leininger to third on the double by Will Bachman. Boy, and the right fielder almost caught that. I have no idea how.
Good effort. Great effort. The ball's in the air a long time.
Now batting post two, the third baseman, number 24.
And if you're watching at home, don't move, don't change anything. Do exactly what you're doing.
No bathroom breaks.
No popcorn. If your dog needs to go outside, clean it up later. Your baby will survive. Don't move, because we've got a rally going here.
Oh, let's not talk about babies, Chris. We're crossing the line.
Runners at second and third. And the rally for post two, now with Dylan Ehrholtz at the plate. Ehrholtz 0 for 2 on the day. He was walked once. First baseman and third baseman playing just a shade in. That curveball, good pitch there by Jackson Young to start off Ehrholtz with a strike after starting off Leininger and Bachman and getting behind in the count. He's now up in the count on Ehrholtz.
Would you walk him to keep the force everywhere? Possibly get yourself into a double play situation.
The only problem with that is he's missing on a few pitches. Now there's nowhere to put him.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And he hasn't hit a bunch of guys, but post two has a bunch of guys that don't mind taking a pitch. 1-1 count now to Ehrholtz. Runners at second and third.
Attaboy.
That's a line drive up the middle.
Get to third at least, Will. Jeez.
And that scores Leininger.
Pinch run for Dylan. My apologies to the Ehrholtz family, but let's get somebody that's a little quicker than him in there.
Bachman makes it to third base. He's now the tying run with Breitbach coming to the plate.
Post two, the right fielder, number 11, Aaron, 25.
And we're at the top. I keep forgetting that. We sort of should play for a big inning here. Who do we got on the bench? We got Danny Boutain on the bench.
So far, it looks like Rusted is not making a move. I take that back. And Ehrholtz is going to get a bunch of high fives from his teammates as he gets back into this dugout as he drives in the 7th run of the game. Post two now down 1 with the tying run at third base. And we're probably going to see the smartest man in Fargo, Danny Boutain.
And I think he gets a free base here. I don't think they dare throw the ball with the tying run at third base. Just to get one out. I think he gets a free. If he steals, they don't even make an attempt.
Coach Rusted gives the sign. Boutain checks his wristband. Breitbach does the same. Be interesting to see what Bachman will do on a throw down here. The tying run at third. Bunt coming.
Well, they tried to get him.
And they throw Boutain out for the first out of the inning. On a perfect throw by Tweet. It looks like the center fielder maybe bobbled it for a second. Boutain possibly came off the base. I'm not sure what happened. We're a long ways away from that. But now Breitbach.
Well, I'm done making predictions because they did exactly the opposite of what I thought they would do.
With the infield in and the tying run at third base. Comes down to Aaron Breitbach. The pitch from Jackson Young. Taken for a called strike. And the count now 1-1 to Breitbach. Aaron 0 for 3 on the day. Sure could use a hit right here. Boy, that was a good catch there by Wyatt Tweet. Otherwise, Bachman scores. And the count moves to 2-1. Hitters count here for Aaron Breitbach. Hit the ball hard last time. In fact, he's the reason we have a new second baseman. That second baseman's a lot closer than he was last time. That's going to be deep enough, but it's going to be foul. And now a big 2-2 pitch coming up to Aaron Breitbach. Again, infield in everywhere. Third baseman in front of the base. Shortstop just about on the grass. Second baseman fully on the grass. Jackson Young to Breitbach. Bachman at third. The pitch.
Jeez, good hold.
And now a full count. 2-2 we're told from the umpire. 2-2. That grounder's going to get through, and Breitbach comes through in the clutch to tie this game up.
All right, I feel a lot better now.
It's 8-8 with Connor Holm coming to the plate, top of the order up, and Aaron Breitbach
Number 8, Connor Holm.
with a C&I single through the drawn-in infield from Moorhead, and we've got a brand new ball game here with Connor Holm, dangerous Connor Holm, up to plate, and what a time for Breitbach to get his first hit of the day. 9th hit of the day for Post 2. It seems like they've all come this inning. And that throw back, Breitbach dives in.
If that third baseman is going to give him that much, I think Connor is silly not to put that ball down there.
Third baseman takes a few steps in. Again, Connor Holm, always an extra base threat. Breitbach, a ton of speed. Holm tries to bunt for that base hit, and the ball ends up just foul. We'll see if Ryerson takes a few steps in on the grass. He does now. Ryerson playing just about on the grass, all the way on the grass now. And Jason, is this a sack situation for Post 2? We've kind of been talking about it all day. We got Tommy Simon, the D1 prospect.
I don't think so.
That ball's driven deep.
Oh, boy, they are playing so deep on him.
Boy, and Connor Holm just missed putting Post 2 ahead by 2. That ball was hit all the way to the wall. If it's 15 feet further to the right, it's 10-8.
Now batting shortstop, number 1, Tommy Simon.
And that brings up Tommy Simon to the plate with a go-ahead run at first base. Simon 0 for 2 on the day. He does have 3 runs scored, 3 of the 8 for Post 2. So he's been hit by a couple pitches and reached on an error. Simon in a position to drive in Breitbach with extra base hits. Takes a curveball in there for a called strike 1.
Nice thing here is Breitbach can go on contact. Tommy does have the ability to drive the ball into the gap. Anything that the outfielders don't keep in front of him, Breitbach will score.
The 0-1 to Simon. Ground ball, that's hits the base. That's a fair ball.
Oh, we got unlucky there. That goes into the corner if it doesn't hit the base.
And that brings up second baseman Landon Meyer to the plate with the go-ahead run at second base. 2 down. Again, a little unlucky there for Post 2 as that ball hit the base. Made an easy call for the umpire, but probably kept Breitbach from getting to third at a minimum, scoring potentially. Meyer now in a position with 2 down, runners at first and second, and the pitch. Takes that one for a called first strike, fastball at the letters. And 0-1 from Jackson Young.
Seems like the bats have come alive, but pretty late in the game for that to happen.
The 0-1 pitch to Meyer. And he swings through a changeup, and he's 0-2. Meyer looking for his first hit of the night. He has scored 1 run, been hit twice. The 0-2 from Jackson Young. Hard ground ball. And Moorhead makes the play. But not before Post 2 scores 2 to tie it up. It's 8-8 going to the bottom of the 7th. So we're back for the bottom of the 7th inning here with a tie baseball game. Post 2 scored 2 to tie it in the top of the 7th inning. Pitching change. Aaron Breitbach now on for post 2. Starts him off with a foul ball down the left field line. And the DH, Wilson, still up at the plate. Cullen Wilson was hitting the last for Moorhead. That runner got thrown out at second base, so Wilson back at it in an 0-1 count. Hard breaking pitch there by Breitbach. Wilson left off of it, called for a ball, 1-1. And that fastball well outside and low. And the count moves to 2-1 here on Wilson. Breitbach coming in a tie game. Breitbach, a lot of experience, Jason, pitching in close games so far this year for post 2. It's the only time we've seen him.
Yeah, and for North, it was the same. He's done a really good job, inning at a time here and there. Comes in, hard thrower. If he's in the strike zone, he's pretty tough to hit.
That fastball at the knees, called strike, and the count moves to 2-2 on the DH Wilson. Breitbach takes a sign from Leininger, comes set, and the pitch.
Ooh.
Hard fastball, got in on his hands, able to foul that one off into the right field stands. Count stays at 2-2. That was a nasty running fastball.
Sort of set him up for the slider. If you could throw a slider in on the inner half and break it over middle plate, he probably buckles him.
Leininger setting up on the outside part of the plate.
Oh, no.
And that's a base hit, as Wilson's able to fist that one into shallow left field. And there was that breaking pitch, and Wilson got just enough of it to over the reach of Connor Holm, and Moorhead has their leadoff batter on base. Brings up the second baseman, Logan Hilber. And what might be an obvious bunt situation, we'll see how post 2 plays this year. Hilber squares the bunt, takes that for a called strike, and they got him at first.
Yeah.
They got him out at first base. Wilson is telling the umpire how good the call was. He said, yes, praise you, umpire, for that call.
He was out. He was out by a foot.
And the third base coach from Moorhead.
This umpire, that's a little bit of a short fuse for him.
He's being told, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
There's a lyric in there somewhere.
First base coach from Moorhead looks like he's got a sweet haircut.
You didn't say what I thought you said?
That pitch was a strike. All right, so we're 0-1 here with one out now. And a swinging strike. And it's 0-2 now to Hilber. Boy, that was exciting. The Moorhead coach got thrown out and then somehow is not thrown out. But it's 0-2 to Hilber with one down here after the pick play from Leininger to Kalbrenner. Caught Wilson out at first base. And the pitch.
Nice
Leininger
play.
with a great play. Oh, Jordan.
That's why you put him in left field. For that play.
Boy, and an 0-2 pitch to Hilberg. Good piece of hitting.
Does the third base coach, is he a lawyer in his other career? I mean, how does that, I mean, I'm really confused about how that happened. Or he's a Jedi. I will not get kicked out of the game. You're right. Sorry, sir. It was a mistake. These are not the droids you're looking for.
2 outs now, and the leadoff hitter gassed up to the plate.
Speaking of
fastball.
gassed, wow.
Breitbach just missed on the inside part of the plate, and it's a 1-1 count. 2 gassed in a tie ball game, 8-8. That pitch right down the middle, called for a ball, and count goes to 2-1. Gast doubles in his last at bat, filling in for Stahlberger. The 2-1 pitch on the outside part of the plate, strike 2.
That's almost unhittable.
And Breitbach now 2-2 count, post 2, looking to get back to the dugout with momentum. 2-2 from Breitbach to Gast. Great pitch, and Gast somehow fouled that off.
Wow.
Oh my Lanta.
That is not the definition of an aggressive swing.
Breitbach, that looked like a wiffle ball highlight pitch. 2-2, let's do it again. He struck him out, and post 2 somehow finds themselves 8-8 in this game with a chance to take the lead. We're playing extras. Folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be back. Welcome back to the top of the 8th inning. We're playing extra innings here. Again, not a 9-inning game scheduled. This was scheduled to go 7, but we're 8-8. Nothing decided yet. And a fastball to Leininger, fouled straight back. This game's going to be decided using California rules. So California rules is not where you pay tons of taxes. It's where you put a runner at second base. Leininger, this is going to be a tough play for Young. Oh, he called him out.
Hang on, Luke, go talk to him. Get that reversed.
Boy, that felt makeup call to me. And now we're going to assume that there's one out here after the sacrifice bunt from Leininger. Charlie Kalbrenner facing Young for the third time. That pitch fouled straight back. Charlie in a position to drive in the game, the go-ahead run, with Lannemeyer at third base after the bunt from Adam Leininger. The 0-1 pitch to Kalbrenner. That ball's ripped, but it's going to be foul. And Kalbrenner is now in an 0-2 count, looking to drive in Landon Meyer with the go-ahead run in this 8-8 ball game. The 0-2 pitch from Young.
Attaboy. Oh.
Boy, and that was a line drive, but they had him played just perfectly as the left fielder came in and caught that. Meyer would have been out at home had he gone.
3 or 4 feet in any direction.
Including short. The ball just hung up long enough. And it's going to come down to Jordan Leininger. Jordan with Landon Meyer 90 feet away. That ball outside for ball 1. Moorhead does have a base or two open. Bachman on deck. Jordan Leininger steps in. 1-0 count, pitch from Jackson Young. And that's popped up. Shortstop camped underneath it. And Moorhead holds, and we're going to go to the bottom of the 8th. Still 8-8. So now Breitbach's going to have to get post 2 out of this jam. Again, runner on second base, nobody out. California rules. Try and pick him off. And he's in there safely back. Tweed up at the plate. Will be interesting to see if they try and move him over to third base. The runner over to third base. Connor Holm in a few steps. Tweed's going to swing away. That ball's popped up high.
It's out of play.
And out of play. So 0-1 pitch coming up to Tweet from Breitbach. Tweet swinging away here. Interesting to see how deep the post 2 outfielders play here. They've got to throw this runner out at home. He is the go-ahead run and the game-winning run at second base. The 0-1 from Breitbach. That ball's driven down the line but foul. And the count now 0-2 to Tweet. Bachman out in right field. Jordan Leininger in left. Danny Butane in center. Breitbach's looking to strike him out here, Jason.
Yeah. Tweet seems to be swinging the bat pretty well. I think that I would stay away from middle in with him. If a guy had enough control, I'd like to see a backdoor slider here. I think that's a pitch he doesn't handle well, although he earlier in the game, he hit a ball pretty hard in the left field.
The ball tapped to Simon to third, and they got him at third. What a play by Simon and Connor Holm to get the lead runner.
That's huge.
And what a play by Simon. And Tweet safe at first base, but now one out with Jacob Hendrickson coming. Tweet just stuck his bat out and what looked to be possibly going to be an infield hit. Ends up being one out here for Moorhead. As that pitch is hit foul.
Nice play by the third baseman or third base coach.
And the attorney at law just snagged that one.
Yeah, Allie McBeal over there.
0-1 now to Hendrickson. Hendrickson having a great day at the plate, 2 for 4. Has struck out once. Tweet with a small lead at first.
Ooh, that
Pitch.
was way too close for my liking.
Nearly hit Hendrickson in the jersey. The collective gasp of air here from the press box. Count moves to 1-1. Breitbach takes a sign from Leininger in the pitch. Fastball fouled back into the stands.
His ball has a ton of life on it today.
And we're now at 1-2 with one out. Tweet on first base. Bottom of the 8th inning, extra innings. It's sudden death from here on out. Breitbach takes a sign from Leininger. And that pitch is fouled back. Looked like Breitbach maybe missed his spot there, Jace.
Yeah. It was hitter did a really nice job following that pitch off, though. If he doesn't swing, that's a strike. That's strike 3.
Breitbach looked like a hard slider there. Leininger wanted it on the outside part of the plate. Ended up being fouled back, and the count stays at 1-2 with one out. Bottom of the 8th.
Fastball on the outer half here.
Curveball, he struck him out.
Me and Gunnar Lindstedt are on different pages.
I believe I heard you say he does not want to go with a fastball on the outside part of the plate.
That is not what I said. I'm glad if that's what it sounded like, then that's what I'm going to go with.
And that's going to bring up the center fielder who's had one heck of a game from the defensive side. I can't believe he doesn't have a hit yet. It seems like he's been doing well here again, but 0 for 4 on the day. The game-winning run at first base, Breitbach. Starts him off with a fastball right down the middle, just a bit low for ball 1. The one pitch these pitchers have not been getting, Jason, is that pitch at the knees. We saw it again there. That fastball misses up high, and it goes 2-0. Probably not a batter Breitbach wants to put on.
No, in extra innings, I don't think there's any batter you want to put on, but especially as we get, if this game's going to go deeper in the count, we want to limit. We don't want to put anybody on that we don't have to, because we don't want to get that lineup turned over ever. We want to stay in this part of the lineup for the rest of the game.
Count now 3-0 on Carter Hench. That pitch just missed outside again. See if Breitbach can battle back down on the count, 3-0. And he throws that for ball 4. That's a 4-pitch walk. And now Moorhead with the go-ahead run at second base. We were just here not that long ago. Back again with Tweet at second base. The game-winning run, and that brings up Aaron Ryerson to the plate. He does have one hit on the day, 1 for 4. Has scored a run, struck out once. Doubled in his last plate appearance. First time facing Breitbach.
Left center gap is huge, isn't it?
That breaking ball down low. And that's 5 balls in a row from Breitbach. Ryerson up in the count. 2 down here for Moorhead. That pitch in there for a called strike, 1-1. Looked like another breaking ball.
It was. Nice pitch.
So the count evened up to Ryerson, 1-1 here. Tweet at second. Hench at first. Hench doesn't matter. Tweet does. The 1-1 from Breitbach. Threw it by him for strike 2. Swing and a miss. And I think Ryerson's double off Connor Holm was on a big breaking pitch. Let's see what they do now with a different pitcher in. Breitbach comes set. And the pitch. Just missed down low. And we have all 2s up on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, 2 runners on. Biggest pitch of the game so far for Breitbach. 2-2. And we're going to go to full as Ryerson's able to lead off that outside breaking pitch. Runners are going to go.
This is a layout situation for anything hit. That ball can't touch the ground, and the outfield can't get through the infield.
Most likely will score on any base hit out to the outfield. The 3-2 pitch. Breitbach looking for a strikeout. He struck him out. Aaron Breitbach
Nice job.
sits down Ryerson in post 2. Not done yet. We'll be back. Top of the 9th coming up. Okay, Black Betty, Ram to Lamb. That's Will Bachman's music. And welcome back to the top of the 9th inning. Moorhead bringing the corners in with Jordan Leininger at second base. Nobody out. Will Bachman. Moorhead expecting him to bunt. We'll see. Swinging away. That ball's driven deep.
Come on, Jordan. Jordan. Get around the bases. He better score.
Leininger's going to get waved in. There's going to be a play at the plate. And Leininger's in there, safe.
Uh-oh.
And Bachman dives back in to second base after almost getting caught in a rundown. And they just switched spots, and post 2 somehow is ahead in this ball game, 9-8.
Now we bunt.
With Danny Boutain coming to the plate. Top of the order on deck. Will Bachman at second base after the big double into the gap. Sight on sound, Jason.
Sight on sound.
Sight
I can't.
on sound.
There you go. There it is, that high pitch sight on sound that we were looking for. There's the bunt that we were also. Oh, that's way foul. Chris is excited for your fans at home, so I'm here to apologize for some of his antics, but he's a really enthusiastic announcer.
After the Positivity podcast, I can't help myself.
That Positivity podcast has not had the same effect on me. I'm still fairly monotone.
Bachman at second base, nobody out. Danny Boutain pulls that bat back.
What?
We're gonna no comment on that. That was a play. All right, we're at 1-1. Boutain in a bunt situation. One of the players most likely on post 2 to bunt for a base hit. Great speed.
Good bunter, good speed.
Bachman at second, short lead. Boutain squares to bunt, puts it down the first base side. That's definitely going to be that's a base hit for Danny Boutain on the bunt.
This is the situation we were in before when I said we should steal Danny Boutain.
I was
Danny
wrong.
Boutain
Connor
then stole and got thrown out, killing the inning basically for us.
Now batting post 2.
I apologize to our viewers. I just made the first mistake I've made in my life. Connor Holm is not on deck. It's Aaron Breitbach. So I apologize for the mistake. You can call Guinness. But Aaron Breitbach now, last time we saw him, similar situation, got one through to tie this ball game up. Breitbach probably has an adrenaline level of 11 out of 10 right now, Jason. Big swing and a miss by Breitbach.
For the first time all game long, I think that Fargo is finally feeling like itself. Starting to make things happen. Although I give Moorhead a lot of credit. I think that's possibly the first mistake they've made. They've played a very solid game.
The 0-1 pitch to Breitbach from Young. That ball's driven.
Wow. That ball is hammered. Get going, Danny.
Boutain rounding second, headed to third. He's being waved in by Rusted. Boutain standing up, and the 2-run double from Aaron Breitbach.
To quote me from yesterday, that ball is hit squarely.
The longest ball we've seen hit at Jack Williams.
That's about 385.
And now the score 11-8.
This has turned sideways for Moorhead for right now.
Breitbach second base and Connor Holm at the plate.
We got to keep the foot on the pedal here, though. Let's not be satisfied.
Team Manitoba could have drove to Manitoba and back.
I think they went home and had lunch.
Connor Holm, Breitbach in scoring position, plenty of speed at second base. Connor Holm squares and takes a called strike. And the count moves to 1-1. With all this activity, Jason, we're basically where we started. We got a runner on second, nobody out.
Yeah.
This doesn't feel like a bunt situation anymore with Connor at plate.
No. Connor, second or third time seeing this guy?
A minimum of second.
He hit the ball, didn't he drive one into right field last time?
Yeah, it went just to the front door of Carpet World. That pitch taken outside for ball 3. And one thing Jackson Young does not want to do is give any free base runners to post 2 with as well as they're starting to hit the ball. And I'm sure there's a lot of excitement in the post 2 dugout. 3-1 to Holm. That's a weak grounder.
It does the job, though.
And Connor Holm retired on the ground ball to second base. But they do move Breitbach 90 feet away now from putting post 2 up 4.
You have no reason to not trust your catcher. He's done an excellent job today for Moorhead. But with a guy on third that would put them up by 4, you'd imagine that there's a hesitation to throw the off-speed stuff. Maybe Tommy gets an extra fastball here than he might not have.
So Tommy Simon looking for his first hit of the day. Big breaking ball in there for a called first strike.
Again, I am wrong when it comes to my predictions, in case you guys are keeping scorebook at home.
Take that back, Tommy Simon with 1 hit on the game, looking for his second in a big situation. The ball's driven into right field. That's going to be deep enough to score Breitbach. The throw comes, but not in time, and post 2 now up 12-8.
Nice job by Tommy Simon.
And Tommy Simon getting it done at the plate, driving in Aaron Breitbach after Breitbach's huge double, followed Bachman's huge double, and Boutain's infield bunt single. And post 2 has put up 4 runs here to take a 12-8 lead over Moorhead. Landemeyer to the plate now. That ball falls straight back.
Oh.
Meyer now 0-1 of the count. His third time now seeing Jackson Young. Jackson Young working well in relief here for Moorhead. 0-1 to Meyer. That ball's driven, could be in the gap. And a great catch there by the Moorhead right fielder. Tough break for Landon, but not before post 2 scores 4. And Breitbach's going to be coming out on the mound with a runner at second base. Nobody out. We'll be back. And we're back here for the bottom of the 9th inning. Moorhead down to their final 3 outs. Pick play. Oh, good catch there by Tommy Simon.
I would not worry about him. I'd attack the hitters. We're in the middle of their lineup. 5 hitter maybe? 6?
I think we're at the 6th spot.
That guy can score. Just worry about the guys hitting.
Shortstop Zimmel. Post 2 just looking for as many outs as they can get here. A runner at second base. Again, playing California rules. They put a runner on second with nobody out. Post 2 able to capitalize, scoring 4 in the top half of the 9th. Moorhead now 3 outs away. Fastball swung on and missed by Zimmel, and the count evens up at 1-1. Breitbach takes a look, gets set, and the pitch. A ball high and inside. And Zimmel now 2-1. Breitbach just looking to have these guys hit the ball and hope his defense does the work.
Yeah, that's how I would approach it. I mean, obviously you just can't throw fastballs. He's overthrowing a little bit. He's just got to let his body, the mechanics, do the work.
See, he takes a big, deep breath. Again, just a 3-1 count here to Breitbach. Post 2 had 12-8. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 9th. Runner at second base. Fastball swung on and missed. And the count moves to full. Good pitch there by Breitbach. Zimmel now full count. Runner on second. Nobody out. Just missed inside, and Zimmel draws the walk. Sure pitch Breitbach was hoping he would swing at, Jace.
Yeah, that doesn't hurt us. That gives us a force at third. I don't even mind that play. A lot of times they do that. Well, when they play real California rules and you got 1 out, sometimes they'll walk that guy to get the force. So we're not in a terrible situation here. he's just got to make sure we got to get out in front of these hitters like that.
That pitch called for a strike to Jacob Vanette. Vanette 2 for 3 on the day. He's knocked one in. He scored one. Now finds himself in a situation with runners on first and second. Nobody out here. Bottom of the ninth. Fastball in there for a called second strike, and Breitbach has found it.
Do not quicken this guy's bat up with a curveball. Stay with the heater, Ricky.
0-2 coming from Breitbach to Vanette. Ground ball to Landemeyer. Tough hop. They get one. They get two. No, he's safe at first. But they do get the lead out at first base. That was a tough hop at the end. I don't know if you guys saw that. Might have had a little influence on how fast that ball got to Simon, but they do get the first force out at second base. And now runners at first and third for Moorhead with one out, still down 4. And Wilson coming to the plate. Post 2 with 12 runs on 13 hits. Moorhead has scored 8. They've had 12 hits.
See, I don't understand.
And Breitbach tried to pick him off, and that ball went into the right field wall, and that's going to score a run for Moorhead. But more importantly, it loses the force out for Fargo.
Again, I would focus on the hitter. Becoming a little bit concerning if that guy scores, but if we can just concentrate on the hitters, get outs when we can.
First pitch to Wilson, in there for a called first strike on the inside part of the plate. Score now 12-9. Fargo still ahead. Moorhead with a runner in scoring position at second base after the error by Breitbach. The 0-1 pitch coming to the DH, Wilson. Slider on the outside part. A little too far outside. 1-1. Wilson, Jason, last time up, fisted one just over Connor Holmes' glove on a defensive swing. Breitbach, 1-1 to Wilson.
Hit the
Ground
chop.
ball is Tommy Simon. Steps. And they got 2 down now. Moorhead down to their last out on a good throw by Tommy Simon and a good play by Charlie Kalbrenner to stretch to his right and keep that foot on the base. Ground out by Wilson. And you could hear the deep breaths up here, the gasps as that ball entered Tommy Simon's glove.
Well, the field has not played well today. Both sides. Odd hops, some skips.
Fastball in there for a called first strike. Logan Hilber up for Moorhead. Moorhead down to their last out. 0-1 to Hilber. Breitbach looking to close out this game and put Fargo into the championship game in the Pete. Breaking pitch to Simon. Fields it. And that's going to do it for post 2. Sometimes you don't look the best, but you still get the girl. And post 2 pulls it off, 12-9. And a come from behind victory over Moorhead. A great game by both teams. Only one team can win. And post 2 gets themselves into a rubber match with Team Manitoba. That's going to be coming up as soon as Manitoba gets warmed up. Thanks for watching. Hope you had as much fun as we did. We'll be back.